Hello. It's so funny. Hello, welcome to this month's question and answer. So let's get down to it. Let's just kind of see where everybody's at and like how far into the program, like is anybody out? I just uploaded some body stuff. I'm actually about to like finish that section. So don't feel like you have to blaze through it, but are you both still in the mindset section or have you moved into, okay. All right, cool. How about you, Allie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same in the mindset section. I'm still trying to get a handle on that.
Yes.
I mean, and I have it like written up where I'm trying to like just be, I'll have a couple days where I'm really good and then I end up like falling off the wagon a little bit and then having like a couple stressed out days. And then like, I feel like every time that I actually do what I'm supposed to do, I have like a much calmer, easier, like more pleasant morning all around.
Yeah.
Like when I gratitude journal and I focus on like actually doing the self-care activities, like everything is better.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I like go a couple days without it and then like stress out again.
So here's the thing. I think it's important to like, and this kind of came up in the practice yesterday, but I think it's important to like have some consistency, but it's okay if you fall off the wheel. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes life just isn't so black or white. And this actually came up in the conversation with a patient the other day. And I think I'm going to add a unit at the end of the the mindset section, kind of titled All or Nothing, because we have so many ideas of like what it's supposed to look like and perfectionism. And we often feel like if we're not doing it all, then, oh, just screw it. I might as well not do it. Right. So it's like kind of breaking that down. And, you know, Allie, you're such a good example of like, you notice that when you do it, you feel better, but you know, like life happens. So you have to just be okay and let yourself off the hook with the ebb and flow of it. Right. Because you can't be on all the time.
Yeah, and then that's like the worst part about it, because then when you do fall off, then you like feel guilty about it. And then you like let yourself be like, ugh, I can't, you know, like you feel guilty about the situation. So then you like put yourself into a circle of like, now I can't do that right either. And so then you like feel bad and then you have to like let go of that. So it's just like a whole, I don't know.
It's a whole unwinding because really, if you think about it, like when are you ever 100%? When are you always perfect? You're not, you know, and part of the practice is releasing that guilt of the expectation. And I think when you guys get into the body section that you'll be able to release a little more, because I just recorded the units for understanding your energy cycle. It's going to be 2 parts. I'm going to upload them today. And I think the more you understand about your cyclical nature, the more you will be able to release those false expectations that I think society really places on us, right? And the more you'll be able to break that down and kind of release yourself from that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. I need that. Well, and like with the cycles and everything, like being with the energy and then my, like, I don't know, my hormonal cycles, like I can tell what I feel like actually like physically nauseous when I'm ovulating, and like I just don't there's like I feel like sensitive to so many things, so like there's all of that too. And those are the days that it's the most important to do the self-care activities and make sure that I, you know, take my supplements and do the things that I need to do. But they're also the days that it's like the hardest to do those things too. So it's like, especially because you're the only one taking care of you, and then you're taking care of everybody else too. So it's like,
and how often do we push aside what we need in lieu of getting everybody else what they need, right? But it's like you can only sustain that for so long.
Right.
How about you, Jan?
Well, I feel like I fell off the wagon big time since our last call. Like I think the wagon was probably the size of a cliff.
Yes.
Yeah. And I fell off. No, I mean, I'm saying that kind of half joking, but half truth, because I've just really been in life. And for me, life has looked more and more like I'm sitting listening to Allie, you talk about your cycles and your hormones, and I go to this place of like, oh my God, I did they give me a hysterectomy back when they did the endometriosis surgery? Because I don't really know hormonally. So I do seem to run with the cycles of the moon in some way. Something is happening that I notice with the moon. And I know we've got this new moon coming up tomorrow. And but I don't know exactly what it is. All I know is that for me, I've needed to just be totally immersed in nature. Like I have been going out on these very long hikes. Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm super excited, Katrina, about the body stuff that you're posting, because I do want to move my body in different ways. I think the being in nature, and I've been hiking for anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours when I go out. Yeah, like I'm even thinking of putting on a rain jacket and going out in a little while. And I don't normally hike in the rain, but anyway. And I have to throw this in. I saw a bear yesterday. Oh my God, it was amazing. It crossed my path. We both stopped and looked at each other like for a split second.
What?
And I was like so in love with this bear, and I knew I shouldn't run up and hug it, and didn't, of course, but it took off running, it crossed perpendicular to the way I was walking. But I felt so much love for just nature, and like, holy cow, didn't expect to see a bear. And it kept going. It didn't charge me or anything.
But the meaning of bear?
Yeah, well,
I'm always interested when I see random animals, because I always feel like the universe speaks to us, right? So
right,
look it up. I'm like, ooh, what are you saying?
The black bear has always been a spirit totem for me. So to see one live, and I actually thought it was a big black dog, like a Leon Burger or something at first, because I saw the butt. But then it stopped and turned and faced me. And oh my God, that beautiful brown snout and those little bear ears. So all I felt was like complete love. I guess I could have been mauled to death by a bear yesterday, but I wasn't, because I wasn't afraid, and it went on, and I was sending it love, images. So funny. And I've been reading this book and I had just read the part in the book about what do you do when you run into a wild animal? You send them images because they understand that best. So I just immediately started sending this bear images of me hugging the bear and petting the bear and loving the bear. And I have no idea, but I had just read that part.
I always talk to them, right? And I'll be like, hey, buddy, looks like you're having a great day. We're just here.
Yes.
Too. I love nature. Like I just start talking like they can hear.
Anyway, so not to derail y'all, but I just wanted to share that, like, oh my God, in the moment of how present and how beautiful just being in the woods is, but to be gifted that experience was like, woo, just amazing. Anyway. I could cry in joy. It's just, I did cry earlier in joy on my previous call talking about bear. But so cycles, I feel like with cycles right now, it is all about earth and nature and the moon, because I don't have a regular cycle anymore, right? I'm postmenopausal.
Don't worry. And in the energy, in the presentation at the end, I go over, first of all, everything is linked to the moon, right? So each cycle lines up with a moon phase. And then at the end, I go over menopausal women. So
cool. Okay.
So yeah, I feel like it's just kind of like another key to unlocking that, just the guilt, right? I think the better we understand ourselves, right, the better we can flow with the different cycles that we do have.
Exactly. And you guys, I don't have any little kids anymore. My daughter's grown, or our daughter's grown. But I some days when I go out, I have felt guilt, guilt that Daryl is working a job and I'm out hiking for 2 hours, and And then I come home and sometimes I will feel a twinge of guilt, like I don't feel like cooking, like I just don't. But I'm able to rally and pull together some fairly quick meals, mostly salads and stuff. But yeah, so that's just kind of how it's been for me. It's been amazing these last 30 days. Really. Yeah, amazing.
And you moved into your new space. So do you feel like you have been able to kind of get into more of a morning routine? Because the last time we talked, you were talking about how like you really just you're like felt unsettled because of your move. Do you feel
well, yeah, I had gotten into a morning routine and then Daryl switched jobs. And now I am like totally, that's another reason I'm a little topsy-turvy. This is his 4th week in this job and we don't even know if it's going to work out. We don't. He has to pass 2 exams, state exams. He passed one yesterday and failed the other one. So he's, and of course I'm being very encouraging. Tests are not designed to help people succeed. They are really designed to keep out the people who would be really good employees who don't test well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just so frustrating. But so I'm being so encouraging to him because whether he passes or fails, stays or leaves, it is taking me out of my routine. To answer your question short, I'd gotten into a routine with what he had been doing for about 3 weeks with this other work he was doing. And now he started this new thing and he's getting up later. So I'm getting up later and he's in my space. Gosh, like, I wish he had to go to work at 7. But he doesn't. He doesn't have to leave until 8:30. Yeah. So it's again, I'm like, okay, recalibrating, so I'm just going with it right now. I'm hoping it'll settle into something that will feel longer term for me with a morning routine. Yeah, about the only thing I've been able to keep is I do get to drink my coffee. I do usually pull a card. This morning I didn't pull a card and post on social media, and I don't know if I'm going to. Yeah, there's other, other stuff that's up
this morning. I pulled a card for myself this morning and oh gosh, I find those so helpful. And actually I had a card jump out and usually I just go with the one that jumped out. I went with the one that jumped out, but I felt like I was like, no, I really wanted to pull one too. And so I pulled 2 this morning and it was very interesting how it related to what kind of transpired over the last couple of days for me and how I've been feeling internally.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Such good validation.
It's so nice to have the cards too. Yeah. Just something to look at because because even though I know, hey, streaming comes straight from the universe, if you believe in that, and I do, but it comes in, it's like constant streaming, but I'm not getting it. Some days I feel like I have the hard head that's made of brick or concrete, but at least it's porous
too. It's a nice little reminder, like an affirmation, because sometimes you don't feel it and you get it and it's like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, all right. Yeah. But anyway, so long answer to your short question because I got excited about the bear.
Oh, I love it. Hey, Allie.
Yeah.
What is there anything you're struggling with right now that I can help with?
I mean, I guess I feel like I think I just need to be maybe more just focused on the routine. I am excited about the body stuff too, because just like being able to like work in the energy and just have more knowledge of like, I don't know, having a better handle on that. Cause I guess I just feel, I don't know, I feel like detached maybe almost is the right word, because I've sort of like been just like, I don't know, just so focused on taking care of everybody else, but also like I'm trying to like heal myself and I've been doing all these protocols and stuff, and it'd be nice to like energetically get there too.
Okay, so I actually love that you said that, because this week I changed the title of the body section. because for a while I've been feeling like, you know, we don't love our bodies, right? And I think that that's something that, you know, I feel like I've been called to like teach, like, how do we like re-love our bodies? But the other piece that dropped in for me last week was connectedness. Like we don't, so I changed the title. I think it's called Love and Connect to Your Body. So in the body section, I just uploaded a love your body meditation.
Oh, nice.
And the next one I'm going to do is connect to your body, because I felt like that was a piece that we're missing. I do feel like we're often all very disconnected, right? And it's hard to be, you know, you're like, oh, well, what do I want? And then it's like, well, how do you connect to what you want? Right? How do you connect to your body to understand what your body needs? Because some of the things that we're going to be going over are movement and nourishment. But if you're not connected, how can you drop into what do I need?
Yeah. And I always love doing like, you know, like set, like I'll hold something and like try to see if it's like what I need. And I'll like do the whole thing where you like hold it and you stand and you see if you lean forward or backwards. So like if your body needs it. And I don't feel like I can do that right now. Like, I just don't feel connected. Like I just feel, and it's because I feel like tired and sluggish and like, you know, brain fog and whatever, but
it's like, if you're too much in your mind, right? Like you cannot get in that body, right? And part of being in the body is sometimes I'll tell you a quick trick to kind of get out of that would be I would move my body vigorously, right? Like either like doing some kind of like really vigorous shake it out, stretch, breathe, something like that. I'd go outside, maybe put my feet in the grass and then try it again.
Yeah, I like that.
Because oftentimes when you do that, it's like you're too much in your mind and your mind is gonna fool you.
Yeah.
Right? Your body's going to tell you the truth. So if you find that you get stuck, like move your body and then ask again. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And
that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I was just going to add, I love that way of muscle testing myself.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, like, wow, I don't know how that came into being, but it just is the most effective. Yeah, for me.
It really works. Like, and I make Adam do it. I'll be like, try it with your glass of water, like just to give something obvious. I'll be like, try with your glass of water. And like, and I'll be like, now hold your phone, and you'll like see like the difference of like your phone will like push you backwards. So it's like, it's really, it's crazy how crazy that works.
Well, it is, but it isn't, because everything is energy, right? Yeah. Like we just can't see it, right? You can't see it. So, it seems crazy, but it's not.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think, you know, the body section is going to be great for you guys because, you know, oh gosh, body first. Body first. I mean, I know we've gone over a lot of mindfulness stuff, but I think that as you do the body stuff, I think that what you'll find, Allie, is that the mind stuff gets easier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can definitely see that. Because in all the ways, like even just something as simple as when I'm not hangry and I am well hydrated and like my patient at 3 p.m., you know, like you can tell. So like, but like when I take care of myself, like this morning, I didn't even look at my phone. I had like, because I had my phone on airplane, I did like a sleep story before I went to bed, but then I got up this morning, put it on the charger and like just left it. And I did all of the things I needed to do. Like I made my bed, I made tea, I took glycine, I ate breakfast, I took my pills, and like it just already, I feel like my day is like better, and it's going to be a rainy day all day. So I'm like, I just already feel better about, you know.
That's funny. I did the same because I only had like 6% battery this morning. So I put it on the charge and then I journaled and drank some coffee and enjoyed quiet time before the girls woke up and life got crazy.
Yeah. Instead of like sitting on the phone, it's like, why don't we do that more often? Because like it doesn't like it's nice. It feels good to like feel like you're like being in the know, I guess, or like figuring out what's happening. But can you hear me? I don't know if it
Yep.
broke out or not. Because Dawn just tried to
you.
say something.
Yeah.
But like, it feels like you feel like you're going to learn something, or like you're going to figure something out, but there's nothing there that you don't already know. And it's nothing that like you necessarily need to see because it doesn't impact your actual daily life. So it's like, just put it down, you know?
Think about all the stuff that we go through. I had this conversation with a patient yesterday because she's been doing breath work and she did the silent retreat, and she's like, what do you think about like trauma therapy yoga? And it's funny because I have been at continuing education all weekend, and I've been taking these really cool classes, and there's this amazing pediatric class, and it was so cool. And he has this training, and I noticed there is nowhere in my body that feels like I need to do this training. It's always something like you're saying with the phone, like we're reaching for more, we're thinking we need to know more. And it's like, why do we always look outside for the thing that is only within us? Where true healing comes from within, like you literally have everything inside of you, but it's like that outer world makes you, by design.
I was about to say that.
You feel not enough.
That's what's the whole point of media is, right? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and Katrina, even for you to be a chiropractor, you have to take so many CEUs to sustain it.
And there's always another certification you can do. There's always another class. And I just hit it was really interesting on Thursday. I was loving this class, but nowhere, I was very present with my body, and nowhere in my body did I feel like I need to do this.
Wow. It's been monetized.
And it, honestly, to me, I was like, wow. And I told this patient yesterday, I'm like, why do you think you need to do trauma therapy yoga? You've already done this and that. Like, work with what you got. She was like, I don't know if I'm able to unwrap the trauma in my body. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You do know.
Block. Yeah, that's a mental block. Like, you have the tools that you need. I mean, sometimes too, like I'll when I have days where I feel like things are tough, I'm like, like, oh my gosh, I need to like go find a therapist or like whatever. And I'm like, well, what is the therapist really going to tell me that like it's things I need to like figure out on my own. I need to like go inside myself, not look outside of myself, somebody else. And not to mention like the whole medical world is like, I don't know.
Well, and it's the way society is set up. It's like we aren't taught to recognize our inner power, our inner wisdom. And like, with chiropractic, people are like, oh man, like whatever you did was amazing. Okay, maybe, but really, what did I do? I basically helped your body facilitate its natural healing process. I didn't do crap. Like, kind of did something. And even, I've worked with Jan for years. And is it her doing the healing for me, or is it me showing up for myself within the confines of another person who holds space?
Yes, 100%. That's literally what I said to Adam. I was like, I don't need a therapist. I need to make time to book an appointment with Jan.
Right? Or you just need to call a friend. You just need to call a friend. I was actually struggling last week with something, and I had probably about a 20-minute conversation with Jan, and I came back, I literally, it was amazing how instantly, whatever it was, it just lifted. It became lighter. I gave it air, right? I released it into the universe, and it was like, okay, it doesn't feel so big anymore. Right.
Yeah. And Allie, you can always call me anytime just to have a witness.
Yes.
I'm just going now. I'm taking you up on that.
Please. Yeah. Please take me up on it.
Call me. We don't reach out as often as we should, really. And I mean, I only say this
because we don't want to like this. I feel like sometimes, because I feel like I take on a lot of other people's things too, like, and then I take on those emotions, and then I feel bad calling my good friends that I know are already dealing with their things to be like, hey, can I dump my stuff on you, you know, like.
Okay, yes, but let me flip it for you. Let me flip it for you. Because here's the thing, is your good friends are also struggling. So maybe when you call them, they're like, oh God, she's really struggling too. It makes somebody else feel better to A, help you, and to B, realize like, oh shit, the stuff I carry is heavy. And look at her, she's carrying heavy stuff too. So I'm not alone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. But we tend to think about it more of like, oh, I don't want to burden somebody. I don't want to bother her.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
And, you know, and when you're empathic, like we all are on this call, like I believe everybody is, they just aren't in touch with it, but y'all are. But yeah, it's sometimes we can go through that of where we think if we phone a friend to be a witness that we are like offloading all of that energy onto them. And really it's up to each person to manage their own energetic boundaries, so to speak. Yeah. So yeah, if they've done the work, they're not going to take it on. They're going to actually be a great witness and just listen.
I
Yeah.
posted that that little graphic in Mindful Mamas last week or maybe the week before, where it was like, you know, there's such power in asking, do you want me to like listen to what you're saying, or do you want me to help you with solutions?
Yeah. Asking that's a big one too.
Yeah.
But I also feel like just having, and I realize, because like I love being there for my friends when they call me. So it's like, I get it. I can just.
Yeah, there's friends who love being there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm on a call right now.
I only say this because it's
so
to
fun.
myself, right?
Yeah. Well,
so true though.
Yeah.
Call me. I'll call you.
Exactly.
I'll call you too, Jan.
And
yeah, please call me anytime. I'm glad to call you and share too. I got shit going on all the time.
God, don't
need like a safe space to be like,
it is.
This is what's happening.
Well, and you know, sometimes you see your friends' lives and they're like, oh my God, it looks so amazing. And then, you know, they call you with their problems and you're like, oh, I forgot you're human too. Great. Let's chat.
Yeah, exactly. It knocks, sometimes we put people on some kind of weird pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it actually doing that helps knock them off, which I'm always grateful for. And just get to be human and get to be who we are. Yeah.
I mean, we only like the things you post online, like you feel like you catch up with people because you talk to somebody on Facebook or on Instagram, but like the things that like, you're like, oh, I know they went to the farmer's market on Saturday, but like, you don't know, like, I don't know. I feel like the things you post on social media, it's always the best photo from the series of 46 that you took.
Yep.
And it's, you know, it's just like, oh, there's always, it's
no
like the best
sharing. No one's sharing that the grit, really, right?
Yeah.
Like the day-to-day stuff that makes it so hard. Nobody's gonna be
people
like,
are so freaking judgy that you feel like you can't.
Nobody's
like
and be like, I hate my job. I wish I was doing something different. I'm like,
you'll get fired and then canceled.
Yeah, yes, come on.
Like I feel like it's a world where like they're like, oh my gosh, you have to be accepting of everybody and everything and what everybody wants to do. But then as soon as somebody does something, they're like, oh, but not that. And then you get like, it's just like,
true.
And you're like, well, shit, I didn't know that was off limits. Like I thought it was okay.
We need you to show up authentically, and then you do, and they're like, okay, but not in that way.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, not in that way.
The more authentic I am, the more followers I lose, which is really funny because it's just like great. Like I'm like, you know, so like that just shows you like how that world is. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And you honestly, you don't. It's great to just let that fall away because the people who are more, say your tribe, they'll show
find
up.
You. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll find you.
Never about
find
numbers.
No.
That's another lie. That's another lie.
It's another lie. It's never about the numbers. That's true.
Exactly.
All right. So we're actually running out of time. We got 4 minutes, but I want to ask everybody to tell me before we end, what are you grateful for today? Jan, what are you grateful for?
I gotta tell y'all, I am feeling so much joy today. Like, it's been overwhelming. When I was on my last call, I actually broke down and cried, and I'm like, shit, do you cry when you're feeling joyful? And then I did a flashback to when I gave birth to Blaine and how much joy I felt and how I went into tears. And I've been asking to embody that emotion more for a while now. So I'm like, yay. So yes, I'm grateful for that.
Allie?
Oh, I love that. That like made me start tearing up when I heard you say that, Jan.
Oh,
So that's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. When I asked myself that question, as soon as you asked that question, it was like, I feel just so grateful for like the community and that it starts from like having Adam and having the boys that are awesome. And then having you guys and just having people that you're able to like have a safe space with right now, because I think everything else in the world feels like divisive and unsafe. And so it's just nice to feel like feel the love.
Mm-hmm.
We love you.
I love you guys.
I love you. I love you both.
I'm grateful for female friends.
Oh, nice.
I'm just really grateful for the women who get me, right? And see me.
We're grateful for you too.
Yes, very grateful for you.
All right. Well, I love you all. Thank you for showing up.
Love y'all.
Post this and look forward to the body section. I'm
yes.
excited to hear your feedback. So have a
All right.
wonderful day and we will connect soon.
Thanks. All right. Bye. Love y'all.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Safe travels, Allie. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.